Alright, now the story of Warhammer 40k Space Marine. I'm gonna say this. I'm not really familiar at all with Warhammer, so I'm going to explain this story as any person that doesn't know what the hell it is would explain the story. So expect me to say really stupid things throughout this story. Okay? This is the story of Warhammer 40k Space Marine. You play as a Space Marine named Captain Titus, and he has two other people that back him up and stuff, you know, two other Space Marines that help him out. Of course, you have the rough and gruff military guy that helps you out, and then you have the rookie guy. So you go on this planet, and you are there pretty much to stop these orcs that are attacking this planet. I don't know if it's Earth or anything. It's probably not, because it's all futuristic and stuff. It's probably some made-up planet. You're stopping these orcs. You find out that there's this weapon being made that can actually stop these orcs, and you find out that this weapon is a lie. Something bad happens, and more enemies come. Not gonna spoil what enemies there are, you know, because that's halfway through the game. I don't want to spoil what it is for all you Warhammer aficionados. So bad stuff happens. Your character Titus has to stop it with your other two Space Marines, and that's really the story of Warhammer. That's about as much as I got from it. The game itself doesn't have a great story, for me at least. I know many people be like, that story's amazing, but me, I'm not really big on Warhammer, so I think the story's meh. It does have some okay characters, but for the most part, they're flat, so yeah, I didn't care for the story. So anyway, let's go on to the sound. Alright, now the sound in Space Marine. Even though I thought most of the characters in this game were flat, I did really like the actor that voiced the main character, Titus, who many people would know from many movies. Mark Strong, who was Sinestro in Green Lantern, and he was also in Kick-Ass. He's a great actor, and here he does a really good job. He was probably my favorite character in the game. He's the main character, of course. Everybody else is pretty forgettable, but they do a good job voice acting for them, so overall, the voice acting is really good. The sound design is also really good because there's a pretty big scope in the game, so you'll be hearing a lot of explosions in the backgrounds and stuff, and it sounds really good. Nothing really bad sounding. It sounds all good. And the soundtrack is actually decent. It's not great, but it's kind of memorable, and I like some of the tunes that are in the game. So overall, the sound is good. Let's go on to the graphics. Alright, now the graphics for Space Marine. I was going into this game expecting good graphics. You know, it's a Warhammer game. From what I heard, Warhammer, all those RTS games, they're all very detailed looking, very good looking games. So I was going into this going, you know, I'm going to get some good graphics. I actually got really good graphics. Hell, I would even say really great graphics. These graphics are clean as hell, and they look very, very nice. The animations are very good. The character models are fantastic in this game. Definitely your main character. Every other character that you come across always has different facial features, like someone has a scar on their face, or someone has, like, it looks like bullet holes or something in their face. And it's really, really cool to see. And just the animations for the face and just the way the characters move look great. The firefights when you're coming across like a horde of orcs and other people that you fight, don't want to spoil it. It looks great, really. Doesn't really slow down at all, at least on Xbox. I don't know about the PS3. And I gotta say, I was impressed. I really was. It was great. It really was. So that's what I'm gonna say. The graphics in this game are surprisingly great. So there you go. Graphics are great. Let's go on to the gameplay. Alright, now the gameplay for Space Marine. The gameplay for Space Marine is a mixture of two things. Third-person shooting, something like Gears of War without the cover system, and a melee combat game, kind of like Darksiders that came out last year. It's a mixture of those two together in a futuristic world of Warhammer, and you're fighting orcs. So that's really the gameplay. Let me talk about each one, though. The shooting. The shooting in this game is standard shooting. You get a whole different variety of guns you get throughout the game. You don't get any upgrades or something. It's just you find more guns that are badass and you kill orcs with them. You can kill waves of orcs with like snipers and like rocket launchers that detonate whenever you want them to detonate. And the guns, for the most part, are really, really good in the game. It's just very fun just to kill a bunch of orcs with like a machine gun and get a whole bunch of headshots just by firing one clip. It's really satisfying. Now let's talk about the combat. The combat also is very satisfying because you could just be out of nowhere just blasting away orcs and other enemies, and out of nowhere they'll just become right next to you, and you'll be like, oh man, they're right next to me, now I have to turn around. Nope, just freaking whip out your battle axe or your chainsaw sword. Yeah, chainsaw sword, that's freaking awesome. And just kill that guy, then continue to shoot. Or you could do the opposite, where there's a guy far away, and of course you can't kill him with your sword, so you have to pull out your freaking sniper and blow his head off. And it's really, really cool. It offers a bunch of different variety in the game, and I like it. The combat and the shooting in the game feels really, really good. Definitely when they're stuck together like that. It's a great, great campaign. It's a very, very short one, I would say. Not really short, like maybe 7 to 8 hours. But you also get multiplayer in the game. And I gotta say, the multiplayer in this game is a lot of fun. It's not fantastic at all. I mean, it offers a couple of modes that are obvious, like capture the points and get kills and stuff, you know. Same old, same old. But for the most part, it definitely works. It's a lot of fun. It's very Team Fortress-esque, so you could pick different like heavy classes and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It really is. It's nothing innovative in multiplayer, but it is very good. So overall, I think Warhammer 40k Space Marine is a pleasant surprise to me because I'm not big on Warhammer at all. Obviously, you could tell from the way I explained the freaking story. So anyway, if you like Warhammer, you like shooters, you might like this game, and if you like melee games. So anyway, there's my review. I thought it was a very good game. Check the score out right now. Thank you and goodbye.